A busy downtown Sarasota roadway just got much busier after a pipe failure closes down lanes. We'll tell you how long that closure is expected to last. Plus, why Sarasota County is urging property owners to protect themselves and their property through flood insurance. And the latest update from the FWC on red tide, what they are saying about the impact here on the Suncoast. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 11.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. New at 11, part of a very busy road in downtown Sarasota remains shut down tonight. A pipe failure had forced the closure of US 301 southbound near Main Street. ABC7's Rick Adams joins us live with more on how this is impacting drivers tonight. Rick?
Yeah, Jacqueline, this is causing some big headaches. We're being told it'll be around for a few more days.
It stinks, quite honestly.
Chris Roberts was heading home to Lakewood Ranch during rush hour today when he and so many others got caught up in bumper-to-bumper traffic on US 301 near Fruitville Road in Sarasota. A pipe had ruptured, shutting down a section of the busy highway between Fruitville and Main Street.
It's bottlenecking everything, and everybody's getting home late, and it's ridiculous.
The Florida Department of Transportation tells us a depression in the road was noticed, and it was determined that a drainage pipe underneath the surface of the road had burst.
What typically happens is when a pipe ruptures, subterranean pipe I should say, it erodes the gravel and what rock base beneath the road itself, and that does cause the depression that you see in the road.
FDOT says emergency work is now being done to fix it. They are encouraging drivers to find an alternate route and try to stay away from the US 301 Fruitville area if possible.
That's pretty crazy, but I got patience, so don't bother me that much.
And FDOT tells us this road will remain closed through the weekend, reopening on Monday. Reporting live from downtown Sarasota this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Jacqueline, back to you.
Rick, thank you. Veterans in need were shown some much-needed appreciation today on the Suncoast. Goodwill Minnesota's Brave program offered up all sorts of services to veterans: a mobile shower, haircuts, therapy, and mock interviews to help those interested in finding employment. The event was brought about to offer hope and encouragement.
People here, they really care about helping vets, and there's opportunity here. They've provided opportunities, like that. They have Heroes on the Water, just so many ways to reintegrate and kind of find yourself again after coming home.
The Brave program meets every Wednesday to offer veterans services. They hope to have another event like today again in the future. Sarasota County is raising awareness of the dangers of flooding and storm surge to homeowners. The county urging property owners to protect themselves and their property through flood insurance, especially now that we're still in hurricane season. Just last week in Northwest Florida, 70,000 insurance claims were filed, totaling more than $680 million following Hurricane Michael. We spoke to a certified floodplain manager with Sarasota County. She says all property owners should invest in insurance.
Flood insurance is mandatory if you have a federal backed mortgage. That could be a reverse mortgage, equity loan, if your property structure is in a high-risk area.
And the FWC's latest update this afternoon shows a sharp increase in red tide off of Anna Maria Island and Longboat Key, reversing recent declines in the presence of the afflicting algae. Let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at our first alert forecast. Bob.
Thanks, Jacqueline, and good evening, everyone. We're looking at nice weather right now, albeit on the warm side. 73, we have clear skies, and temperatures are going to be a little bit warmer to start things off tomorrow morning. Northeast winds at 7. The humidity is coming up, and the pressure 30.03. That's rising from earlier this evening. Warmer overnight. That's one headline. The other headline is that we're going to see some clouds, and a few showers are possible now on Friday. Looks like mainly showers, but I still think we'll see an isolated thunderstorm or two. Should not be all that strong. That's what we're thinking at this point. And guess what? A weekend cool down. So we're going to look at temperatures go below average for for Saturday and Sunday. Now, there may be still some clouds lingering a little bit on Saturday with a few morning showers, but I think overall it's going to be a pretty nice weekend ahead with some lower humidity and cooler temperatures. Tonight, different story though. Low temperatures in the low 70s right near the coast. Venice at 71, 73 in Braden, a bit warmer out at Anna Maria Island, and in the mid to upper 60s inland areas in Wauchula, as well as into Hardee County as we move into the morning hours tomorrow, and we'll still be into the mid 80s by late morning, early afternoon. You can see some rainfall to the west of us and over Texas. This is actually remnants of what was Willa. It is moving off to the east very slowly. We're going to get some of that moisture our way, as I mentioned. It looks like specifically on Friday. We'll tell you the timing of those showers and let you know about the weekend a little bit more so coming up in a few minutes. Jacqueline?
All right, thank you, Bob. Looking forward to it. A Palmetto man is behind bars tonight for multiple counts of sexual battery. Luis Saltire Hernandez is being charged with 3 counts of capital sexual battery and 2 counts of lewd or lascivious molestation against a minor female. Detectives say the female victim was between the ages of 5 and 10 years old at the time of the incidents. According to the detectives, 22-year-old Hernandez engaged in inappropriate sexual activity with that victim at 3 different locations throughout Pinellas County and 1 location in Manatee County between August of 2012 and January of 2018. That investigation continues. Several proposed constitutional amendments on the November ballot group together multiple questions into single measures, such as Amendment 10. In part, it would require all charter county governments to have elected constitutional officers, including sheriffs, property appraisers, tax collectors, supervisors of elections, and clerks of the circuit court. Under the Constitution, a charter county can change the constitutional offices from elected to appointed positions and reassign the duties with voter approval.
Once you lose your right to vote, it's incredibly difficult to get it back because that requires the entity that took power away from you to voluntarily relinquish power. And power does not share easily. I mean, that's the reality of the situation.
Amendment 10 is one of several proposals facing criticism since the plan bundles together numerous unrelated issues into one measure. 60% of voters must support that proposal for it to pass. New at 11, President Donald Trump heading back to Florida for a campaign rally just days before the crucial midterm elections. Trump's campaign organization announcing today that he will hold a rally in Fort Myers on October 31st, next Wednesday, that will likely include top Republicans from across the state. Republican nominee for Governor Ron DeSantis will be attending that event. DeSantis won the GOP primary back in August after Trump endorsed him. Now, it's not clear, however, if Governor Rick Scott will join the president. Scott is challenging Senator Bill Nelson, but his campaign said right now he is focusing on helping with hurricane recovery efforts in the Florida Panhandle. Gubernatorial candidates Ron DeSantis and Andrew Gillum had their second debate this evening, this one in Davie. DeSantis defending himself over attending David Horowitz Freedom Center conferences for the last several years. Horowitz is a conservative writer who has said the real race war in America is against white people and that African Americans should be grateful to white people for freeing slaves and ending the slave trade.
He had not even made those statements then.
Yes, he had, sir. The first statement was made many years ago.
I mean, how the hell am I supposed to know every single statement somebody makes? Here's the deal. Let me just say this straight up. You know, I've lived my life, whether it's athletics, whether it's military, whether it's serving as a prosecutor. You know, when I was downrange in Iraq, we worked together as a team regardless of race. We had the American flag on our arm. We wore the same uniform, and we fought for the country. When I was a prosecutor, I stood up for victims of every race, color, and creed. That's the only way to do it in our country. It's something I believe in, and as governor, I will represent all the people. Everyone will get a fair shake. But I am not going to bow down to the altar of political correctness. I'm going to not let the media smear me like they like to do with so many other people.
Meanwhile, Andrew Gillum defending himself over receiving a ticket to the Broadway show Hamilton from a group that included an undercover FBI agent.
I did go and see Hamilton. I was aware that Adam Corey and Mike Miller arranged so that we could go and see the show. I arrived at the theater and received my ticket from my brother. The problem that I have is that I should have asked more questions to make sure that everything that had transpired was above board. I was informed by my brother at the time that he gave Adam Corey tickets to a Jay-Z, Beyonce concert, of which I understand they took later, and I understood that to have solved whatever the issue was with regards to the expenses associated with it. But I take responsibility for not having asked more questions. But let me tell you, I'm running for governor. In the state of Florida, we got a lot of issues. In fact, we got 99 issues, and Hamilton ain't one of them.
Well, straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast, plus a series of suspicious packages being sent to politicians and a news organization today. What is President Trump saying? Plus, a former college football coach in court today after a domestic dispute. Stay with us. We'll have those stories when we return.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Sarasota Oxygen and CPAP is the largest locally owned CPAP supply company in the area. Is it time to replace your old equipment? The staff at Sarasota Oxygen and CPAP can show you the most up-to-date CPAP equipment and supplies to meet your sleep apnea needs, including portable travel devices and the SoClean automatic CPAP sanitizer. We serve all of Southwest Florida, giving the highest quality of care with the finest CPAP equipment. Please visit our website, sarasotacpap.com.
Enjoy fine wine and great foods, all while supporting a great cause. It's the 17th annual Suncoast Food and Wine Fest, happening Saturday, November 10th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Premier Sports Campus in Lakewood Ranch. Taste hundreds of wines from around the world and sample great food from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds go to local charities and Rotary projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blog, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. Find out first at 4 with ABC7 News at 4, weekdays on ABC7.
A nice sunset here on the Suncoast today, Bob.
Yes, a nice sunset, nice photos sent in, and pretty warm temperatures. Highs were above average. We're going to see that again for at least 2 more days, then things will start to cool down. And maybe cool down just in time for the trick-or-treaters, too, because wearing all those costumes can be a little bit warm here in Florida. Not elsewhere, but here. We are looking at the beautiful Van Wezel Tower Cam showing a nice sunset tonight, showing the pink skies after the sun gets below the horizon there. Apropos for, again, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we had some wonderful photos sent in, as always, and especially when the skies are just lit up, and they were tonight. This is Patrick sending that one in from Sarah Bay. One Watergate, Steve Sabato getting that shot right there. And we have another one, Fred Seeger, Casey Key. Nice framing there, Fred. And Cindy Desmond Saprito Pier, right around the Saprito Pier. You can see those high clouds around, actually in advance of a storm system. Whenever you see those cirrus clouds coming in from the west, typically that usually indicates we are going to see some rainfall, and I think we will. Right now, it doesn't appear anything too rough or too significant, but the moisture associated with the remnants of Willa are now over Louisiana, Arkansas, and even into Texas tonight. They're starting to move out of Texas, thankfully, after some very heavy rainfall there over the past week and a half now, so flooding's still a concern. As far as we're concerned, we're going to see this front drop down tomorrow, become stationary just to the north, and then this will retreat northward as a warm front as this area of low pressure starts to get its act together. You see that front kind of going back northward there. This is at 5:30 in the morning on Friday, and we could see a few showers. This will be the prefrontal trough, and then the actual cold front here lined up in the central Gulf of Mexico. It'll take a while to get here, so we can expect a few scattered showers throughout the day on Friday. I think more clouds than sun, and then by Friday evening, the front moving on through, and then behind it, we'll still see a chance for a few showers on Saturday morning, but then cooler air, northwest winds will pick up. Not the best news for red tide sufferers as it's coming back a little bit now across the Sun Coast. That northwest wind will continue on into Friday night and Saturday as well. Well, all this rain that's falling now is starting to slide off to the northeast. The majority of this heavy rain will stay to our north. That's the reason why we're going to call for just a few scattered showers, and there's still a chance to see an isolated thunderstorm. The water temperature is still relatively warm here and could pick up on that extra heat and energy in the Gulf of Mexico as that front approaches. As far as the radar goes now, a few showers along that frontal boundary near Daytona Beach. Nothing going on here. It'll stay dry tonight and tomorrow. For the most part, as I mentioned, a slight chance for a few late day showers as the front gets closer, but more so on Friday. Temperatures will still be above seasonal averages into the mid 80s, and it'll feel a little bit warmer out there as we're going to see some humidity come back into play. Well, here comes the low, and the European forecast model projecting it to move off and up along the mid-Atlantic coast states and become a pretty big windstorm for the northeast and some heavier rainfall there as well. And the cool air will follow, and another reinforcing cold front will move through on into Monday. Well, Category 5 hurricane moved through the islands here, and the Mariana Islands saw the brunt of that storm with winds up to 180 miles an hour. Still a very strong major hurricane moving off to the west-northwest there in the Pacific. It's been a very active Pacific season. Typhoon there. Hurricanes east of the international date line are called hurricanes there. Dry air kind of down to our south right now. We're looking at our current conditions with 73 degrees. Our high today was a warm one. We topped out at 86 degrees. That's a couple degrees above the average, 71 the morning low. Well, here's the forecast as it checks out for boaters tomorrow. Winds out of the north, switching around to the east and southwest as the front approaches late tomorrow afternoon. Seas running 1 to 2 feet with a light chop. Small craft advisories more than likely issued for Friday afternoon through Saturday. So tomorrow, not too bad. A mixture of sun and clouds, 86 for a high, 40% chance for showers on Friday, and then it tapers off to 30 on Saturday. It looks good. Temperatures into the low 80s on both Saturday and Sunday. Look at those mid 60s too, looking quite nice on in through next week. Even a 59-degree reading expected on Wednesday morning. Jacqueline? All right, interesting. Thank you, Bob.
Authorities continue to investigate a number of suspicious packages, several containing pipe bombs. Those packages were intercepted before they reached their targets, but they were all addressed to prominent political figures. An official says so far several devices showed the presence of sulfur, which was intended to explode. Karen Kafa has the latest.
We will find those responsible and we will bring them to justice.
President Trump at a rally in Wisconsin after a day that had the political world on alert.
Any acts or threats of political violence are an attack on our democracy itself.
The FBI says they are investigating a number of suspicious packages as domestic terrorism. Authorities say the improvised explosive devices were addressed to high-profile figures, including former President Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. One of the packages arrived at the mailroom of the Time Warner Center building, which houses CNN's New York bureau.
What we saw here today was an effort to terrorize. This clearly is an act of terror, attempting to undermine our free press and leaders of this country through acts of violence.
That package was addressed to former CIA Director John Brennan with a return label to Democratic Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz. President Trump expressed condemnation earlier Wednesday.
Acts or threats of political violence of any kind have no place in the United States of America.
A law enforcement official says that all of the devices appear to be constructed similarly. The FBI is asking the public to stay alert, and the governor of New York has upped security at key infrastructure points.
We don't know what the ongoing threat is right now. We don't know that there won't be more of these devices that are showing up. Our point with the deployment is we want to make sure the terrorist act doesn't succeed.
That was Karen Kafa reporting. A former Ohio State University football coach has pleaded guilty to disorderly conduct after a domestic dispute. Zach Smith appeared in court yesterday. A records show he was initially charged with criminal trespassing in May after an incident with his ex-wife, but the charge was reduced. Smith said he was falsely accused and has been destroyed by the allegations. According to his attorney, he and his wife, or his ex-wife rather, have agreed to a mutual protection order to both stay away from each other. Smith says he regrets missing out on key moments with his players because of the case. He was dismissed from the team before the season began. The domestic dispute also resulted in the suspension of OSU's head coach and athletic director for how they handled that situation. Health news is next, but first, here's what's coming up on Jimmy Kimmel.
Kimmel's new with the totally awesome Carey Mulligan.
Totally.
Plus, Kevin Nealon and who?
This is my emotional support, baby.
Lucas Graham performs, and Fred Willard lays down the law.
You soft-boiled Hollywood powder puff.
Kimmel, new tonight on ABC.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
I feel happiest when I'm out enjoying my favorite things, like spending time in my garden. That's why I need a Humana Medicare Advantage plan.
Many Humana Medicare Advantage plans cover everything from emergency care and hospital stays to doctor office visits and prescription drug coverage. In fact, last year, Humana Medicare Advantage prescription drug plan members saved an estimated $6,900 on average on their prescription costs. Humana has a large network of doctors and hospitals, plans that include vision and dental coverage, and most plans include Silver Sneakers Fitness and a rewards program, all for a $0 monthly plan premium in most areas.
Now I can be happy and healthy and keep enjoying all of my favorite things.
Your health and happiness is important to us. Call or go online now to get your free decision guide and see how a Humana Medicare Advantage plan can help keep you enjoying your favorite things.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education, what are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has approved a new flu drug, Xofluza, can be used on patients 12 and older who have been showing symptoms for no more than 48 hours. It has been nearly 20 years since the FDA last approved a flu drug. Officials stress that while this additional treatment option is important, it is not a replacement for the yearly vaccine. The Centers for Disease Control said flu activity is currently low across the country. Last year, the CDC says more than 80,000 people died of the flu, the highest number in over a decade. Also in health news tonight, a new report from the CDC has some health officials concerned. The CDC found 1.3% of kids had no vaccinations by 24 months, which is up from 0.3% in the 2001 survey. There has also been an increase in kindergarteners getting an exemption from school vaccination requirements. Most were non-medical, meaning it could be due to family preference. The CDC is working to increase awareness of the vaccines for its children's program, which provides free vaccines for eligible children who are unable to pay. Well, new research suggests tall people are at a greater risk of cancer. The reason researchers say is because they have more cells that could mutate and lead to cancer. A correlation was found in 18 of the 23 cancer types tested. Colon, kidney cancer, and lymphoma were among the types of cancer with the strongest correlation. The study was conducted at the University of California, Riverside. Previous research also shows a connection between height and an increased risk of developing blood clots, having heart problems, and diabetes. That's a look at health news. We'll have your winning lotto numbers when we come back.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework.
It makes no sense.
I don't know how he finds anything in his backpack.
I can't find my backpack.
I couldn't even read his handwriting.
Holding the pencil makes my hand hurt.
I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
So I kind of grew up all across the country. I come from 5 generations of military men. My dad is still active duty. My grandpa is retired Marines. I like going for runs with my dog. I love, taking her out to the dog beach over in Venice. There are so many things here to do on the Suncoast. My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
We get it, you're busy. But what about those moments when life slows down? It only takes a minute to get election ready. Check your voter registration status. Make sure your signature is up to date. Review your sample ballot. Know your election dates and voting options. So take a moment. Be election ready.
I'm Secretary of State Ken Detzner. Get ready, get set, vote.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Well, someone in South Carolina woke up a lot richer today. Just one winning ticket was sold there for last night's record-breaking Mega Millions jackpot, or should we say Mega Billions. Omar Jimenez is in South Carolina, where he might be able to hear the excited screams of that lucky ticket holder.
Someone in South Carolina's clutching those 6 life-changing numbers right now.
65 in the gold mega models 5.
One person beat the nearly impossible to beat 1 in 302 million odds and is sitting on a jackpot worth almost $1.6 billion with a mind-boggling cash payout of $904 million.
I'll go crazy with the whole thing. I wouldn't know what to do with it.
That one winning ticket sold at this convenience store in Simpsonville, South Carolina. The owner of that store is now entitled to a $50,000 payday once that winning ticket is cashed in.
Whoever is the winner is, hopefully he spends that money locally and, do some good stuff for the community.
And even some losers were winners. Across the country, 36 tickets won at least $1 million with 5 matching numbers. And the government's getting a nice little payday as well.
Tax on the cash payout should be approximately $60 million.
So if that lucky new billionaire's watching, here's some advice from lottery officials.
We would like to say to you, take a deep breath, put that ticket in a secure location. Consult with a trusted advisor.
That winner now has 180 days to claim their winnings. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
Man, I don't even know what you would do with all that money.
Well, there's a lot of good advice there. I don't think I would tell anyone for that. I mean, maybe just a few people. That would be about it. Because all that money, and you got to show that ticket. You can't have a photocopy or anything like that. It's got to be that ticket, and I don't know what I would do. I'm just hoping he's still alive or she's still alive.
Yeah.
After, you have a heart attack almost.
Was so excited.
$500 million or something like that. Anyway, we are looking at some nice weather tomorrow. We have our own winning ticket right there. It should be okay. Partly cloudy skies, mid-80s for highs, and be sure to tune in tomorrow morning. Good morning, Suncoast. John Scalzi will be there, and we will also see warmer temperatures overnight, cloudy with some showers again, mainly on Friday.
All right. Thank you so much, Bob. And thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you right back here tomorrow evening. Have a good one.